to my squad in Arizona. What up, though? It's your boy Eddie Gage checking in to give out some game balls after a Week 5 victory. I apologize for this being late, but after the game, I had to tend to husband daddy duties. So, just want to take some time out real quick before going to watch The Walking Dead to give out some game balls. So yeah, let's do this. So first and foremost, I want to give a shout out to my D-line, but in particular, give a game ball out to Mark Mello, who had 4.5 sacks and a forced fumble. A 4.5 sacks and a fumble recovery. Big day, man. He led the defense time and time again by either putting the quarterback down or bouncing him off his neck, forcing errant throws throughout the contest, throughout the evening. And so, yeah, first and foremost, shout out to Mark Mello, because all too often in this league, D-linemen overlooked. And I want to give a shout out to my big dog, Mark Mello, for coming up and having the best game of his young career so far. I remember when he used to ask me, in particular after last season, that he wanted to be more of a contributor to the defense. And I told him, I said, Mark, it don't happen overnight. You started your career as a bronze defensive end, low-level bronze at that, and it takes time, you know. He was like, but what about, this guy, that guy, some of the stars of this league. And I had to go and show him. I said, listen, man, they've been here for a minute. It took them time to progress too. So I had to show him numbers in comparison him at that stage of his career to theirs. And he saw the light. And, yesterday or last night, he had the best game of his career stats-wise in terms of individual performance, and helped us get a win. But it's not always about sacks, Mark, and anybody else out there listening. Getting hurries on the quarterback, forcing errant throws that lead to interceptions, those help too. I know you're a defensive end and you like to get into the quarterback, but it's also about stopping that run game. It's a multitude of things. So, man, big shout out to you, fam. Having that game last night. Don't always expect that kind of performance, not at you at this level. It's not going to happen every week. Teams stacking up on offensive linemen, teams, game planning, doing different things to slow down that pass rush. And now that your name's starting to get out there a little bit, I'm sure people are going to make adjustments, and that's what this league is all about, making adjustments. So just stay tuned. And like I said, look forward to you putting on the show the rest of the season, but do not expect that kind of thing each and every week, because it's just not going to happen for you. But you did your thing last night. Good job, fam. The whole D-line played well yesterday, I was kind of worried about Scott Johnson this week in practice. And I know as he goes, their offense goes, despite, the offensive numbers they're putting up in the passing game. You want to keep teams one-dimensional because it's easy to defend them when you're doing so. And we did a pretty good job until, I think, midway through the fourth quarter of holding their run game down. So shout out to that D-line and them linebackers for keeping that run game of Vegas in check. Moving on, like I said, we did a good job of keeping Scott Johnson contained. So everybody on that D-line and linebackers, y'all did y'all thing last night. He didn't have his first big run until I think it was like late maybe 7 minutes left in the fourth quarter. So you guys defending that run game, Max Knight, Alex Constantine, that whole D-line, y'all did y'all thing, making things difficult for him to get to the next level. And when he did get there, our linebacker was ready for him. Joey, BJ, all y'all. Even when he ran to the edges, man, our corner stepped up big time. Everett Garrison had a couple of big hits out there laying the wood, man. I know he a corner, but he filled the hole, forced the fumble. So, yeah, big time, man. Like I say, E.G., he get a game ball. He forced a fumble that Mark Mello, like as I alluded to earlier, recovered. He also got an interception, his first of his Arizona Scorpion career. It's been a long time coming. We 5 games in. He had a few ones that kind of bouncing in and out of his hands, but he finally got one last night. It was good to see him finally get that first one off his underway and get that first one going. So hopefully we can get that ball rolling now. Iverson Gamble. His nickname is Instagram because he like putting up highlight videos that goes on social media. He kind of took that and ran with it with that launcher last season. He only had 2 picks last season. He didn't quite get him going. And this year he already has, I think, 5. With 3 of them returned to the house. Already tied the SFL record for pick sixes in one season with 3. Hopefully we can get that record. He should have had 4, but he dropped one of them last night. That would have been a short pick six. Nobody's going to catch him. He dropped it. Give me some push-ups, fans. That pissed me off when he dropped that one, but it's all good, though. He had a hell of a game last night, and I anticipate either him or Mark Mello being nominated, if not winning, the Diva of the Week. They should both be nominated, first of all. They both balled out, but hopefully one of them can win it. It'd be a great honor for them to do so. Had a lot of great performances by people this weekend with all the games, but I expect both of them guys to be nominated for Diva of the Week. Dave Baxter, if you're listening, make that happen, because they both balled out last night. IG had 3 picks. One of them returned to the house. He just keep doing his thing, man, since game 1 of this season. And every game we've won, he had a pick 6. So hopefully, no pressure on you, IG, but hopefully we can keep that going, man. So, yeah, that defense stepped up big time. Max Knight continues to, slow that run game down. Man, that D-line, man, y'all was just doing y'all thing last night. Bernard, he played well, got another pick. He got beat on one play, gave up a touchdown to Bovine late in the fourth quarter, and I think he gave up a long pass to Blades when IG was dropping back in zone and passed him off to him. But it's okay, man. That's rookie. He got rookie growing pains right now, but he getting that, man. He playing a lot better than I anticipated. Some things I can't quite do with him yet because of his growth. But with progression, he going to get there. I just got to be patient, not throw too many animations on him just yet. And we going to get him there. But, man, that dude playing pretty good so far, man. So I expect big things out of the big dog. So keep him coming, man, because, you're doing your thing out here. But it's a lot of pressure, man. What you did was in the past. Now we moving forward. Got a big game for Portland next week. And it ain't about what you did last week. It's about what you're going to do next week. So stay focused, man. Keep getting them progressions in. And keep showing up to practice. And we're going to get this thing rolling, hopefully. Moving in the right direction. So, y'all dogs on defense, y'all did y'all thing, man. Joey Tropicana laid the wood on Scott Johnson, I think it was, last night on one particular play. He baptized him, man. I think that he one of the hardest hitting linebackers in the SFL. Don't at me. So, yeah, you guys on defense, y'all all did y'all thing, made this thing happen. And but it all, I don't care how well the defense does, the offense got to score points, which leads me to my next game ball. Ashley Jackson, I know you had 2 picks. One of them wasn't your fault. The second one you forced, but it's all good. Overall, you had a solid game. You took what the defense gave. You didn't force too many errant throws, and I was proud of the way you played last night. In one particular play, you stood in the pocket with, man, I think it was Brett boiling down on you. You stood tall in the pocket and got that ball out. Still, despite the fact that the pressure was collapsing around you. But our O-line played pretty good. I know we gave up a lot of sacks. I think EJ gave up 2.5, but I think at least 2 of those sacks were coverage sacks, but nobody could get open. It's only a matter of time. Rest Sawyer, he one of the best DNs in football in the SFL. And so for him to come out there and have that kind of performance and get that run game going a little bit, I'm still working on it, man. Can't figure out why I can't get DJ going. But once we can figure that out, oh, my God, the sky's the limit for this offense. So I got to try to, get DJ more involved in this run game and stop making us so one-dimensional because for whatever reason, I can't get him going like I did last season. I don't know if it's these legend settings or what the hell the doggone issue is, but we're going to get it figured out at some point. And when we do, this offense is going to be scary. But big game, James, he helped us out in a big way last night. He kind of put a lot of pressure on this offense when he came out with that post talking about Vegas because the back of his jersey. So he had to live up to it. And I know he had a catch on 3rd and 20 that kept the chains moving. That was big time, man, because our offense was starting to stall out. And, he kept the chains moving. And, we got a score on that drive, I believe. So big game, James. They had a big game, man. Jacob McCall, I know he only had 4 catches for like 37 yards, but a couple of them was on 3rd down to keep the chains moving early on in the game to get our offense in a rhythm. So I appreciate that. I know often, he gets kind of down on himself because he's not, involved in the offense. It's the 1 and 2 receivers playing the X and the Z, but as that 3rd receiver, it's not your job to go out there and put up spectacular numbers. It's your job to move the chains when you're called upon and keep the offense on the field. And you did a pretty good job of that last night. So kudos to you as well. Our O-line, like I said earlier, Sean Crooked, EJ, the Q, man, y'all did y'all thing last night. I know we gave up a lot of sacks, and we hadn't given up a sack in 2 games. So for that to kind of happen was kind of discouraging. But, hey, those guys on the other side of the ball, they get paid too. So, we just live and learn, move on to the next one, and grow from there. So Larry Barr hit a career-long 53-yard field goal last night. Man, I was kind of worried, man, but because if he would have missed it, he'd have gave the ball back to Vegas. And pretty good starting field position with time running out in the half, I think it was. And so for him to make that was clutch, man. So shout out to Larry. And shout out to our special teams, too, because Doug Britton had just had a kickoff return for a touchdown in week 4, the previous week. So I was kind of on my toes about that. And our special teams unit showed up in a big way. And we got that win last night. DJ got some touchdowns in the red zone when our offense couldn't get it done through the air. He punched it in for us. He should have had another one. But for whatever reason, the coach, whoever the hell he is, doubted some passing plays that was ill-advised at that time. I think it was 2nd and inches. For whatever reason, we dropped him back 2 times in a row trying to pass the ball. So I got to figure some things out. But, yeah. Overall, man, I'm so proud of you guys, man. Y'all did y'all thing last night. I can't wait to the next one. But before that, we got work to do. We got to get back in the film, get back in the lab, grind. And I look forward to it, y'all. Yo, Arizona, I love y'all. It's not just a slogan. I really mean it. Y'all could be with 23 other teams, but y'all decide to be with me. And for that, I appreciate it. I love y'all. Back to the grind. On to the next one. Portland just got a good win versus San Diego. Their defense showed up in a major way, so I know they're going to be, a challenge to our offense next week. They've been balling out consistently. And what I like about that squad is they're not afraid to dial up, certain looks. They blitz, they zone blitz, they play man, they play zone. They do it all, man. So what I like about that squad on defense, whoever that coordinator is, he's not afraid to, push buttons that other folks just don't push. And, it's risk reward. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But I like the fact that he out there willing to take those risks. And when he get things figured out over there, man, that defense going to be even scarier than what it is. So he got a tough task for us against us. They put up 23 points versus San Diego tonight. So I know their offense starting to get clicking and getting some confidence. And it's going to be a good game. I can't wait for it. Arizona, I love y'all. I'm going to catch y'all on the next one. Peace.